Hi guys, welcome back. This is Mallikarjun here. In this today's session, I'm going to explain you how to install and configure Oracle Database 19c, precisely 19.3 on Oracle Enterprise Linux 7.8. So, recently Oracle Database 19c is certified with Oracle Enterprise Linux 8 onwards, but I'm going to install on Oracle Enterprise Linux 7.8. So, in my next session, I'm going to explain what is the difference, what has been changes had happened between Oracle Enterprise 7 to Oracle Enterprise 8, and what are the compatibility parameters for 19c database installation in OEL 7 and OEL 8. So in this today's session we have limit this to installation of 19.c in Linux 7.8. Okay, so let's get started. I have decided this configuration or installation in 20 steps. I already explained here all these 20 steps. So the first step is how to install and configure Linux 7.8. So I already taken a session on installation and configuration of Linux 7.8. So please refer my previous YouTube video, one who has missed it. It has all the details of configuration and installation and post configuration and what are the parameters we need to consider for the installation. So everything is covered in that. So it's highly recommended to go and refer that video before proceeding with the database installation. So in my case, I already installed Linux 7.8 and then it is set to start with the database installation. Let me verify my Linux box. That 5 is my host name, and I will just show Red Hat release. It's a 7.8, and I'll just show my kernel version. It is 4.14, right? It's 4.14. So the server is all set now. One of the prerequisites for installation of Oracle Database 19c is either you can do all the configuration manually, like limit.config file and SC Linux configuration and open file, half link, hard link. It has to be done before starting the database installation. Either you can do it all this process manually, or you can there's a one particular RPM. Oracle database pre-install 19.c. So if you install this RPM, it will automatically take care of all those settings. So few minutes back I installed this 19.c package, and which got completed successfully. So just to verify that RPM-QA, just Oracle, you can do it. It will say all those parameters, and this is the one RPM I was talking about, Oracle database server 12c and Oracle database 19c, Oracle database pre-install 19c. So these are the main RPMs you need to install it before start with the installation. Okay, let's start with the installation. So coming to next step, download 19c from Oracle support. So I already covered one of my previous video how to download Oracle patches, Oracle softwares, and Linux ISO images from Oracle eDelivery and OTN site. So if you have missed my previous session, so I highly recommend you to go back to my YouTube channel and watch these videos. I covered everything from the beginning to end, how to download and where to download, how to search for a particular software, and then how to get it using a shell script or using a direct method. Many ways, tips and tricks I covered. Please go ahead and refer my channel. And then once software, I already software downloaded and kept under home Oracle patches. Okay, this is the patch I downloaded from OTN site, Oracle eDelivery site. I already did unzip. Third step is to unzip that software. I already did unzip, and these are the files it generated after the unzip. Okay, so now after unzip, okay, so now I'll start with the running the run installer and then proceed with the setup wizard, and then I'll follow the screenshots whatever it will prompt, right? So I'm already in that patch location. I'm going to run the run installer. It will take few seconds to launch the screen. Here you go. So the setup wizard is popping up. Yeah. Launching Oracle database setup wizard. Setup wizard is came up now. Okay, so precisely the whatever steps I made here all are based upon this setup wizard. So I'll just quickly cover we have to follow that setup wizard. So I'll just come back to this prompt later. So I'll directly go ahead with that setup wizard and I'll show you all the configuration steps. Either you can create and configure your database instance or setup software only. Setup software only means it will install only Oracle binaries and later you can create a database. So now in this step I'm going to create Oracle binaries plus database. I'll proceed with the step number 1, option number 1, click next, and either you can select a desktop class or a server class. I'm going to install with the server class installation. It's it has more advantage other than desktop class. You can read this sentence. It has what are extra feature it has and compared to this desktop class. Okay, either you can go with the standard edition or enterprise edition. So I'll just go with enterprise edition, and you can select Oracle base and Oracle home location. So base I'll just create the base now. Oracle. This is my Oracle base. I'm going to give this /u01 app Oracle. This is my Oracle base. Okay, so username for inventory is going to be my default inventory location. So if I go ahead and check my Oracle user, ID Oracle, the Oracle user is created with all this primary group and secondary group: OInstall, DBA, Whopper, Backup DBA, GD DBA, KM DBA, Rack DBA. So all this already assigned to Oracle user. So I will just click next. So OInstall primary group is already selected as OInstall and click next. And this is the OLTP or data virus. I'll just go with OLTP and give the database name. Database name either you can, I will just go ahead with the default ORCL database. And you want to create a pluggable database, you select ORCL PDB. I'll select with one pluggable database. If you don't want pluggable database, you just unselect this one. You only create a container database. And go ahead with the automatic memory management. I will just do 1500 character set. I will go with the default character set, and sample script if you want to run the sample schemas like Scott, HR, you can create those sample schemas. Create next. Okay, so target database memory is 15 exceeds available memory. Okay, available memory is 851. Okay, I'll just go with 851 because later I can change the memory, or else I can go with less than that, 840. So currently available memory is less than required available memory. So available memory is 840 and creating database. Okay, let's increase the memory now. Give me a second. I just increased the memory of my VM, and then now I am proceeding with the 1000 GB. as a automatic memory management. I'm allocating 1000 MB for this database. Click next. Memory database, okay, memory access available memory. Okay, let's see. I will proceed with the 850. Yeah, it went fine. So default, either you can select a file system or ASM. So I'm going with the file system storage location. User on app Oracle is my base, and then order data is my file system location. So if you want to register with the OEM, you can click this registration method. If you don't want, just click next and enable recovery. It means it will put your database in Archivelog mode. Okay, so you can either specify PDB admin all this password as the same. I'll just use all this system PDB admin password as the same, or if you want, you can give a different password for each of them. So select appropriate group here. Either you can go with OLTP, or if you already created these users, you just select appropriate user. It's already selected required user groups. So if you want to run any automatic script, you can click here. So at the end of installation, it will run the automatic script. You can select this one and give the root password. Automatically it will run those root scripts. So I don't want to give auto control with the configuration. I will have own control. I will run the script at the end of installation. Click on next. It's doing system pre-checks, and it will give the list if anything is missing, any pre-configuration is missing. Okay, so it's doing a lot of checks: kernels, settings, users, privileges, swap size. Swap size is a warning. Let's see what is the swap size. Swap size, okay, swap size is not set, so I can set it later point of time. So right now I can ignore this. It can be set later point of time, so I'll just ignore this and I'll proceed further. Yes, to continue. So this is a summary page. You will get it. If you want to save this response file, you can save it. I'm going to save db home _19.3 save this response file and click on install. First it will install the Oracle binaries, and then once the Oracle binaries are done, it will proceed with the database installation. So now doing all these checks, and at the back end you can notice, right? So there are installation log files already been this is the response file created here, and this is the installation log file. You can refer it. If in case it fails or any error message or warning, you can refer the log file and see what went wrong and what was the fix for that. We'll come back after a few minutes and we'll see the status. So Oracle home installation went fine, and it is asking us to run this root script. So I'm just running this root script as a root user. Okay, user and app for our inventory root. App for inventory for inst root.sh. This is done. And then what is the other script? Home Oracle patches root.sh. Home Oracle patches root.sh. Okay, just go with the default option. It's done. So go back to installation screen and click OK. Okay, now you can see network configuration assistant. So it will create a listener, it will create TNS names, and then once listener TNS configuration is done, it will start with the database configuration assistant where your actual database creation is going to happen. This will take couple of minutes and we'll see how it progresses. Okay, you can see here network configuration assistant failed. Okay, click on details. The plugin failed in the platform method. Okay, so I can click OK. So this one, okay, so I just clicked OK, and then this network configuration assistant, it basically creates a listener and then TNS names, service names. So I'm going to skip this step and I'll proceed with the DBCA. Yeah, network configuration assistant script, and it's starting with the database configuration assistant. Let's see how it goes, because this can be done, this network configuration assistant, this listener and TNS names can be configured manually after the installation. Okay, very interesting. So DBCF also failed here, and it asks us to refer the logs and contact this Oracle support. So let's see how to troubleshoot this one. I'm going to skip and complete this installation so that our Oracle home will be ready and database will see it after fixing this issue. Software installation is successful, but some configuration failed, so I'm going to continue. So this is done. Okay, so I'm at my Oracle home, whichever I installed just now. I'm going to first check the Netka or NetMGR. Sorry, NetMGR. Oracle home is not set. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll export the Oracle home, or you can try Netka, so that doesn't need any Oracle home. I just want to configure listener first and then start the database installation. Let's see. Listener configuration, yes, add default name listener. A listener with the same name already exists. Okay, let's verify that first. I'll go back to my network admin folder. Listener.ola. Okay, listener, it's local host. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to change this local host to my host name. And then port to default. As I told, it can be configured manually. I'll go with the default port 1521. Okay, so first I will set the Oracle home. This is my Oracle home. And TNS admin, I will set it now. I have set my bash profile. So I have pointed to Oracle home and then TNS admin. There you go. So I exported Oracle maintenance admin and set it to path. Now I will do no listener is running, so I will start the listener. Starting the listener. Started the listener. Yeah, listener started. So now I'll start with the database creation. DBC using DBCA. Yeah, again launch GUI setup wizard, so you can follow that process. Create database. I already covered how to create database using DBCA in my previous channel. Please refer that one. Global database name ORCL. Storage, I'll go with the file system, and file system is going to be Oracle base, Data DB unique name, and fast FRA is going to be Oracle base, fast record area, and DB unique name. Database character set, administration password, you can give admin password, and create the pluggable database ORCL PDB. Advanced configuration, if you want to go, you can click. So make what, just to check what is that, it will take a default configuration whatever needed. So if you go with the typical configuration, you have to feed all this information. That advanced configuration will use this OMF Oracle managed file system, and then all the naming convention standard will be as per Oracle. Okay, so DBCA summary, if you want to save this response file, save it. DBCA, okay, ORCL DBCA. You can see, right, all this data file size, socks, everything it will take as per Oracle OMF managed. OMF, you can see, right, redo logs, control file. Yeah, I'll click on finish. Preparing for DB operations succeeded, copying database files, and this is actually configuration file, log file. You can go ahead and read it, or it will contain more details what is going to happen at the backend. So if you want, I can just tell that log file here. I'll just open one more tab, keep this aside. You can go under region app, Oracle Diag RDBMS. You can see database alert log location. This is actually database DBCA creation log. So I'll just open that user run app, Oracle Diag, Oracle CFG tool. Right, okay, DBCA ORCL. That trace. So these all are the many files you will get created here. One is the trace file and a clone file, admin log file, control file, and then admin duplicate command. All the scripts, everything it will place here. Give few minutes and then we'll see the status. So copying data files completed, and creating and starting the database instance is in progress. So just to verify data files, you can go to data file location, use your own app, Oracle, or a data, and ORCL, name of the database, and you can do star of that. Control file got created as per OMF naming standard convenience, and data file got created, and online data log got created. So now it is starting the database instance. You can see ORCL starting. Let's wait for a few more minutes. Once the database is created, and it will create a pluggable database, and then it will execute the post scripts. Database created and instance started. Now post database creation steps, completing database creation is in progress. It will take a few more minutes. Okay, so database got created and PDB also got created. If you want to unlock the users and check the default schema, password reset and all, you can do it using the password management. You can unlock whatever user you want. So I'll do it later in the SQL prompt. I'll just click OK and I'll close it. Okay, let's go back to SQL. For a tab file. Okay, so our cell is ready. So runInv or cl SQL plus /sdba. Here you can see database version 19.3.0. We are successfully installed 19c database. So we'll also created one PDB. Let's verify that PDB. Let's check the database status. Okay, ORCL read write, show PDBs. You can see ORCL PDB read write mode. Okay, so let's do show con underscore name. It's a CDB root. Default, whenever you log in, it will be CDB root. So, and ID, right? Show con underscore ID. So CDB root is always the root container database is 1, and there's a default template PDB seed. It's always container ID 2, and whatever the PDB you are going to create, it will be starting with the container ID 3. So what I'll do, I'll connect to my PDB, alter session set container equal to. So now we can see show con name, it will be your ORCL PDB, and show con ID, it will be con ID 3. So that's it guys, thank you. For the future sessions, I'm going to do how to clone this PDB from one container database to other container database, and how to migrate, and how to plug and unplug, and how to clone, and so many videos I'm planning to do it on this PDB and CDB. So stay tuned guys, thank you.